Last night my son Josh suggested that I pivot the channel away from cooking and baking, and instead I should start talking about what goes into the making of different foods and drinks.
You're watching the Beer Pantry Show.
For example, how do they make hot dogs? How do they make baloney? Why did sodas start off in glass bottles but now they're in plastic bottles? Why that shaped bottle and not a different shaped bottle? Why is it that in Belize you can only get Coke, Sprite and Fanta and you can't get Pepsi, 7-Up and Crush? And I told him, Josh, I'm not interested in none of that stuff. It's boring to me. And he said, Mom, you can't keep making videos of things that interest you but it doesn't interest your viewers. You're gonna have to start doing trending things, and this type of topic is trending right now. So I said, okay, I'll think about it. So I went to go lay down in bed 11 o'clock last night to go to sleep, and that's when I had this memory. I remember my mom telling me the story that her mother, my grandmother, was the one who chose the name for the most popular beer in Belize, Belikin Beer. If you're Belizean, you know what I'm talking about. Did you know that, Josh?
Vaguely, I want to say.
Yeah, I don't know how that story came to my mind, and it came to my mind on the night before Grandma's anniversary, her passing. And so I called my Uncle Roger the next day, which is the anniversary of Mom's passing, the 7th of June. And I said, do you remember that story? Can you tell it to me? Because I know you were involved in the story some way, somehow. And so he said, well, I was a mere lad of 7 years old, and there was a contest going on to name the beer. And I remember that one of my siblings, that has more, that's yours.
Okay.
Can you open that front for me?
Yes.
I remember one of my siblings, which is one of my auntie or uncle name, because it's Roger's brother or sister, was the one that filled out the application. And they put my name on it, Roger's name on it, for good luck. I said that in Grandma's book because Grandma said that she and Roger had all the luck in the family, right?
They put your name in it?
Yes. No, not my name. Roger's name.
Okay.
Roger's name for good luck. And so at 7, he can't win no beer, right? Well, it's Belize.
I was about to say things are different.
And so he said he didn't know who filled it out, so I'm gonna have to ask one of my auntie name who filled it out. So I've since asked my Aunt Lita, and she said that it was my Uncle Norman, my mom's older brother, that filled it out. And my grandma picked a name, put Roger's name on the application for good luck. She said, put Roger's name. And they turned it in, but he said they didn't win first prize. They only won second prize. I'm like, okay, so what was the first prize? Was it money? What was the Belikin? Okay. What did my grandma put?
We'll never know.
Right? Because if my grandma said she named the beer, right? Belikin, but Roger said they changed one of the letters. So he thinks maybe grandma put Beliken, and then they changed it to the company. That's they. Belikin. And so I'm like, okay, so how are we gonna know the history of this? And he goes, maybe you have to call the beer company.
I doubt they'll know.
I said, I'm not gonna do all of that. If somebody works for Bowen & Bowen and you guys know the history of Belikin Beer, did my grandma really, well, it's not gonna be my grandma, it's gonna be Roger.
Yeah.
Because his name's on it, right? But I have a sweet part of the story to tell you guys that I don't think Joshua knows this part, Josh.
All right, go on.
So when I called Uncle Roger and I asked him to tell me the story, he said, oh my God, this is so weird. And I say, why? And he says, I just told this story yesterday to someone, which is on the 6th, he told the story. And I said, to who? Who would he be telling the story to, right? And he said, somebody at the company. I went over there to either drop off or pick up something because he runs the bakery with his girlfriend. And I told the girl, I guess at the front desk, my mom named this beer and put it in my name. And the girl was like, for real? They didn't tell us anything. So if you work for Bowen & Bowen and you know anything about this contest, which would have been, Lord, how many years ago? Roger's about 63 and he was 7 at the time, so 50-something years. If you know anything about how the beer got its name, please tell me. I'm kind of vaguely remembering, Josh, that Grandma, which is my mom, told me something about maybe they had a few names that they were already toying with. So maybe they had Belikin, K-E-N, Belikin, K-I-N.
Belikin, yeah.
I don't know. I really want to find out now. I really need to do something. I noticed you checked for ants.
Yes. Yep.
I really need to do some investigation to find
summer.
out what was the original name? What did my grandma put? Oh my God, this is so interesting. So I'm going to say it. I'm just going to come out and be a YouTuber and I'm going to say, my grandmother named the most popular beer in Belize, Belikin. Somebody come and correct me.
Prove me wrong.
Come on.
You can't.
So what do you guys think about this type of video? Joshua says we need to start showing different interesting things like this. And I started off with this because it just came to me when you told me to start doing that. So I would have been running stats along the video to show them the stats about the beer and what the bottle looked like. I don't know what it tastes like because I don't drink.
Same.
So even if I tasted it, I would not be able to like reference it against another beer. But we can definitely ask Joe, and you guys know that whenever I end the video, I have some gush that I put on the end. So at the end, Joe's gonna tell us what the beer tastes like.
Does he still remember?
He had some the other day when he went there for his dad's funeral. I'm sure he had a drink. Yeah. I love your salad. I wonder who made the salad dressing for you.
Some loser.
Well, some loser is gonna tell you that you're not supposed to put carrots in a Caesar salad.
It's healthy.
People like to tell you what to put in your own food.
Mm.
I eat ketchup with eggs. I'd like to see you stop.
This is the Beth Entry Show.
Alright guys, I have Joe and he's gonna let us know what that beer tastes like if he can remember. But before we get into it, I want you guys to know that I don't believe it's a coincidence that my Uncle Roger was telling somebody that story on the 6th, and then later that night on the 6th I had that memory. I feel like my mom reached out from beyond to let us know that she's okay, and it really blessed me on the anniversary of her passing that I didn't have to fall apart. Even when I made that video that I uploaded, I was still good. And thank you guys very much for your prayers. Now Joe, tell us quickly,
What's that?
how the beer taste?
Well, to me, I think it tastes a little bit strong. It's stronger than Heineken. It's not taste like Heineken, though, but it's stronger.
Joe used to work for the beer factory when he was a teenager, like 16 years old, and he told me that he used to drink at least 5 beers a day.
We'll take the beer and go behind the machine and stoop down like this and look like that's
Who's we? Who's we? Who's
all the
working there
workers,
with you?
all the young
Did
kids.
you have a brother working there with you too?
Everybody does work there.
And how did you get the job? Quickly, Joe, how did you get
Well, I
the
get
job?
the job. My dad was working there, and my dad get me
What
out
was your dad working there as?
as the mechanic for the bottling machine.
And then later on for the cars?
And I run for cars and trucks.
So he worked there, drank 5 beers a day for, I don't know, a year or two, and he still can't really give us a description of what this beer tastes like. I guess you totally forgot, huh?
Yeah, but I mean, from 09.
09 was the last time he tasted a Belikin beer, guys.